helped me like tap into my intuition a lot more. Growing up, moving out of my parents' house, going across the country, I spent so much time alone, and it got me so much clarity. I don't know how to explain it. And sometimes when people have the need to be around others at all times, it's kind of like, what is the reason? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Calandra. You're watching CTV, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm just filming in my car because that's the vibes today. But anyway, if you're new to this channel or you've been here a couple times and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Have you done it yet? You did? Okay, cool. Anyway, let's get into the video. So for today's video, I want to talk about the positives of being an introvert. I always talk about the negative things and the shortcomings, but there is an upside to being an introvert or being somebody who happens to stay to themselves and, not very social, doesn't have a lot of friends. Whatever you want to base it as, I'm just going to talk about it in today's video. And yeah, there is positives of being an introvert. It does exist, okay? And before, people come for me in the comments, I'm kind of making this video a general statement. However, everybody's different, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. But yeah, one positive of being an introvert is, for one, a lot of introverts, most of the time we are by ourselves, right? And with being alone, it's very powerful, and it helps most people. I mean, at least for me, I'm just going to speak on my experience. But for me, being alone kind of helped me be more in tune with myself and being more in tune with who I am as a person. My thoughts, my way of thinking, what I like, what I don't like. And being in tune with yourself is the best thing you can do. Like, everybody should do it at some point. I know most adults should do it for sure, but it helped me like tap into my intuition a lot more. And the most intuitive people are in tune with themselves. They're in tune with their emotions, their way of thinking, their logic, all of that stuff. What works for you, what doesn't work for you. And I spend a whole lot of time alone. I mean, I've been, alone a lot as a kid, but, growing up, moving out of my parents' house, going across the country, I spent so much time alone, and it got me so much clarity. I don't know how to explain it. It helps me, like, I guess being alone, you're more open to being in your thoughts, and a lot of people don't want to be in their thoughts because we go through so many things in this world. A lot of people like to go out and distract themselves from their thoughts. So they go out, they want to be around a lot of people, take a lot of substances, etc., etc. For one, your thoughts come and you kind of have to sit with them. Regardless of what you do with them, it's kind of your responsibility, whether they're good or bad. You can get therapy if you suffer through like a mental illness or anything like that. When I have these thoughts, I kind of think like, oh, where are they coming from? Why am I thinking like this? But they make sense because a lot of my thoughts, they come from where I'm at in that particular moment. Like, where is my mental, like, how is my mental state in this very particular moment? And it just gives me clarity. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. I'm not a therapist, so I mean, that's just the best way I can explain it. And with being in tune with my thoughts, I learned that what makes me upset, what makes me happy, why I am the way I am, why I do things the way that I do them, and stuff like that. And so being in tune with yourself, you know what you want to entertain, who you want to have in your life, what you want to do with your life, how do you want to make money, how do you want to eat, what do you want to feed yourself. It just helps you, it helps me get clarifications on a lot of things that are very important in my life. And I think that's a very beautiful thing. And sometimes when people have the need to be around others at all times, it's kind of like, what is the reason? I really want to know, like, for somebody who is an extrovert, I kind of want to know, like, I want to understand, Like, what is the reason of wanting to constantly be around so many people? And I be wanting to ask this to certain people, but I don't know why. But I feel like I don't need a bunch of people around me to make me feel whole, to have a good time. Like, it has to be some kind of something that you cannot feel by yourself, or something that you're not getting fulfillment in your life, that you constantly feel like you have to be around others all the time and distract yourself from something. And that's just my personal opinion. I mean, if you don't agree with it, that's fine. For me personally, when I was always around people, I did not know who I was as a person, because I lived my life based on what other people's emotions are and how other people feel or think. And, paying so much attention to everything that's external, how are you going to pay attention to what's internal? And what's funny about what I'm saying is, I always knew that I was very in tune with myself, but I constantly let outside things like distractions and other people's opinions kind of control certain decisions I make with my life. And it turned out to not be the best decisions. And I didn't end up making better decisions until I learned to embrace being alone and embrace my inner peace. Like, to embrace the fact that I'm in tune with myself, because being in tune with yourself is something that a lot of people think is weird and something to be ashamed of, but I embrace it now. And that honestly it saved my life, because being in tune with yourself, having a strong intuition, we all have it, but if we learn to ignore it, and for whatever reason, whether it's people pleasing or wanting, like literally people pleasing, or whatever it is, we have that inner feeling, because intuition is kind of like a feeling. Like, sometimes when you're in a situation or you're about to do something and you feel like nervous gas, you got a number two and stuff like that, it is a reason why you're feeling that way. Sometimes it's not always necessarily danger or something like that. Like, you could be nervous about something, and that's okay. Usually anytime I know that somebody is trying to make me do something I don't want to do, and I agree with it, or I just do something that I know I'm not comfortable with, I feel that nervousness, that inner feeling. And yeah, your intuition could come in all forms. Like, I've learned to listen to it and stop caring what other people think and caring about outside opinions. Like, I'm in my car right now filming a video. There's cars passing me by and I don't care. Like, they can look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care. I'm doing what I want to do and what makes me feel good. Most people who are introverted, I wouldn't even say picky, but we're very selective of the type of people that we have around us. I'm not saying every introvert makes good decisions, but for me, when I learned to embrace my introvertness, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but once I learned to embrace the fact that I am an introvert, I made so much better decisions on who I kept around me, my friendships, what I choose to entertain. And that could go from so many things, like love life, work life, even things like events, parties, stuff like that. A lot of introverts do not participate in partying and outside things like festivals. We don't really go out that much, okay? I like to go out from time to time, but most introverts do not like to go out as much, because we feel whole within, and then also we just don't see, like, we just don't feel the need that we're missing out on everything. We don't feel like we need to be in the mix of everything. We don't need to be everywhere. We don't need to be seen all the time. For what? Like, what does that do for us? If anything, we know that we have a very valuable life. We're very comfortable with our lives. We're comfortable being in our space. Being at home is not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, we went through a whole pandemic. It can be bad after a while. We've seen that. But being at home is not the worst thing in the world, especially if you know how to make your house your safe haven. You design your place, you make it look cute. You have everything like your swimming pool, or your books, your movies, everything like that, your music, like what do you really need to go outside for? To just be around people. And there's all types of weird, wicked people out here, especially as the times go by. You know, people are wicked, people have sick intentions, and we just don't like to take unnecessary risks. Like going out to parties and clubs all the time, it gets old after a while. It gets very draining. And as much as I love, going out to clubs and stuff like that from time to time, it's like it's still a risk of, oh, what if a shootout happens, or what if a fight happens? Like, what if I get in a fight and it's like, then I get arrested, lose my job? Like, I'm just speaking like in general. Like, we have stuff to lose, and we're very selective of what we put our time and energy into. Like, even a job, like let's say from my last video, I talked about an experience that really wasted my time. Somebody else with better judgment, who's probably either introverted or not, would have known like to get the out of there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know something is just not worth your time, you feel that shit. Like, that's the intuition I'm talking about, and we're in tune with that shit. So we're more selective of what we put our time into and who we give our time and energy to. I just don't want to waste my time, money, energy, possibly lose my life. And I mean, nobody lives forever. We're going to have our day where we're finally just done with the world. But I'm not going to try to risk that shit to happen earlier when I feel like it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Some things are just not worth our time and energy. And we just have that judgment. You know what I'm saying? It's like not much more I can say about that. And that could be from anybody. Like, you could be even extroverted, but I'm just saying most introverted people, we're just like that because we're usually by ourselves. And then people wonder why. Like, people may feel like somebody who doesn't want to be in the mix, who doesn't want to party, drink, smoke, and do all these other things is lame, but they just care about themselves. They don't want to do something that they're not comfortable with, and that's not going to be great for them, not going to benefit them financially, spiritually, or emotionally. And my last point is, we just don't feel the need to always have somebody beside us for every little thing. And it's great. It's honestly the best thing to be able to do stuff by yourself. Like, we enjoy doing stuff by ourselves, even in the outside world. Like, there are people out here that literally need somebody to do every little thing. Like,
oh my God, come with me to the mall. Come with me to get my nails done. Come with me to get my lashes done. Come with me to run my errands, and come with me to recycle some water bottles. Like,
I just don't feel the need to call my friends for every little thing. Like, and it's okay to have company. Like, I'm not bashing people who want to have company. Like, that's you. But I'm selective on what I want other people's energy for. Like, if I'm having a little get together at my house, or I feel like, oh, I want to feel this person's energy, like I want to vibe with a lot of other people, and I'll have like a little, bonfire, a kickback, barbecue, girls' night, game day, stuff like that. When it comes to like simple everyday things, like there are literally people out here that feel the need to have somebody with them to do simple things, and I'm just not like that. I want to get in, get out, not wait on anybody, get my stuff, get back home, and go on about my day. And I can enjoy that shit by myself. I would literally go to a restaurant and dine in by myself just because I want to be in a certain ambiance that day. And I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with that. I don't have to argue about who's going to pay the bill and worrying about splitting no checks. Like, I will gladly go inside a restaurant and eat by myself. I would gladly go on a walk by myself. Of course, I would have to be aware of my surroundings, but that doesn't bother me. And having that capability to not be afraid to do stuff by yourself is also a good thing, because you can literally take care of any problem that happens that occurs by yourself. And when you're alone, it's like it gives you the time, the opportunity to really look up how to do things alone without having to call on somebody for something. because people are not always reliable. Okay? And if you have like a reliable village of people around you that you could call for any and everything, for all means, like that's your life. But not everybody has that. You know what I'm saying? I had to be alone for like 6 months, and my husband was deployed, so it's like I couldn't just call him for every little thing. Like sometimes I had to figure out stuff by myself because I didn't have nobody. My parents are all the way in Virginia, so it's like, like sometimes things happen, and you have to learn how to defend yourself and count on yourself, because we come in this world alone. We come out of this world alone. So that's why I feel like it's just important to be okay with being dependent on yourself in so many aspects. It can be something simple like going out and doing errands to your tire goes flat and you have, a replacement tire in your trunk or whatever. But learning how to actually do that shit by yourself, like, I'm going to put my own tire on, like, that's a blessing. I don't know how to put my tire on, but I'm just saying. Like, you know how to do your own oil change. You save so much time, energy, money. Or you know how to do your own nails. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars at the nail salon for them to possibly mess up your nails. So it's just so many benefits. Like, need I say more? And all the time that you spend by yourself in your house, you could be, you don't have to be productive. It's really up to you. Like, you can relax or whatever, but you could take time researching, opportunities that could get you in the next level, like opportunities that could get you so much money, like how to start a YouTube channel, how to be an affiliate marketer, how, like, remote jobs and all these other things that you can do without having to clock into a 9-to-5 and have a boss over your neck about every little thing, and coworkers that get on your everlasting nerves, but you can't fight them or you'll get in trouble. So it's just little things like that. Like, with your willpower, you could do whatever you want. You could take your ass to the gym, gain that muscle that I barely have. You know what I'm saying? Gain, lose weight, whatever you want to do. Like, being alone and tapping into your energy, you can conquer so much in this world. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I don't even need to make this a long video at all. Like, everything I said, it's just plain simple. Being an introvert or being somebody who likes to be alone is not a bad thing. It's not the end of the world. You don't need people for everything. I'm not saying you shouldn't want to have friends and all that. Like, I have friends. I have a couple of friends, but they're not my best friends, and I don't talk to them every day, and I'm okay with that. I don't know. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. You can feel however you want to feel about it. But yeah, that's just going to be the end of this video. It's getting dark, and I'm going to go inside and get ready for tomorrow. Okay, I'm saying too much. Wait, I also want to give a shout out to Chantel Monique. She's the giveaway winner. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you all for your support. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without you guys. So I'm so thankful for y'all watching my videos, and thank y'all for watching this video, and I will see y'all in my next video. I am actually going to be doing a giveaway every time I hit like a decent milestone, like a good milestone. So probably my next giveaway might be when I hit like 1,500 subscribers or something like that. But right now I'm not announcing anything. You know what I'm saying? I got a while before I get there. I'm just enjoying the ride, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace out.